have our next contestant, please. You ready? Go, 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 go. Here's how we play the game. Here's the answer. Do you quit or do you go on? Good luck. $8,000! Oh, yes. Game show. Game show. This is it. For the game. Time is up. You're right.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's your host for this part of our show, the always unpredictable Alex
Bob, Bill, Gary, Zach, Richard, Bill, Jack, Rick,
Chef.
Alan, Bud, Wayne, Jeff, Bud, Jim, Peter, and Squeaky. Here's how we play the game. The goal is to get a milkshake on the board. I noticed that you can do it. But anyway, if you goof, you make mistakes occasionally. You know what? Okay, you get two chances. The one who scores the most, they have to crawl all the way in the paper bag. But I'm going to try and clear that up as we go along. Okay, hold your discussions until I call in. Yo! If you're ready, if they're ready to go, we're ready to go. Only one of you will survive this match. No fooling around here, okay? Okay. Okay. Let's win some money. All right, let's get on with it. Finally, you all set to play? All right, here we go with round number 1. 100 people surveyed. Top 5 answers on the board. What was the name of the castaways boat in Gilligan's Island? Current British Prime Minister.
Is your grandfather somebody famous?
Now we've got a call for an answer. There are about 40,000 muscles and tendons in this part of an elephant's body.
You touch what you service with your hands?
Yes. All right, now ready to use your signals to interrupt.
Hey, I would like to eat, as in dog.
A famous Midwestern city is known as the rubber capital of the United States. Ladies, on what feature of your anatomy has your husband lavished the most praise? Back over here, pick up a saucer, put it on top of the cup. Back over there, pick up the last cup and put it on top of the saucer. What is it in your life that makes you feel the most pressure?
Will the Brooklyn Dodgers have anything to do with it?
I don't think so.
No. Hitter.
Slugger. Yes.
What national parents group with a name that shows how angry, damn, mad, ugly, and stuff like that?
That's right. Which one belongs to a thirsty athlete? The way to the left. Please be sure it is in the form of a question.
Did you repeat the question? What? What's the question? What is the question?
Well, can a 20-year-old girl find happiness with a 60-year-old? If you answer this one correctly, you will win the game. Not bad. No. Oh, I'm sorry. Time is up. What time? Break. I guess it's watermelon. Watermelon. She said your favorite fruit is apple. I never eat apples. What's wrong with you? Let's go with the bonus question. Make a whole bunch of money, okay? You want the green stuff? Last question. So a lot of money at stake. Really anybody's game at this point. Okay, this is the big one now. For $5,000, may we see your answer? So, I'm with you all the way. Survey set. Is the answer Casablanca? You got it. A thief. Another point for our wives. And
What's the question?
Chuck thinks he knows the answer. The toilet? You're right. Nobody goes away empty-handed. There's $8,000! You won this fabulous Cadillac Coupe de Ville from Johnson Cadillac. $500! Thank you. shows we'll be offering to you, the viewer.
And that, excuse me, that is how the Game Show Network entered our lives around this time 30 years ago today. So, yeah, they had a cool sort of retrospective. Gosh, the one thing I really noticed about that kind of opening montage was the fact that, you know, all these big world events have happened and there's, you know, a game show just to take us away or take us out of the minds, you know, because some of those things were very dark times. Like they had JFK assassination, I remember that, and kind of his funeral and stuff like that. And, you know, there's been a game show to, you know, sort of get away from that, you know, and to have fun and, you know, do all that. So, yeah, it's just kind of nice and neat to see that game shows have been with us through the good times and the bad times to, you know, give us an escape from the real world. So, yeah. So tonight is going to be all about celebrating the first 2 minutes of the Game Show, well, the first 2 hours, excuse me, of the Game Show Network, not 2 minutes of the, what I was saying there, but, yeah, so we're going to be watching, while you will be listening, I will be watching to the first 4 shows that aired on the Game Show Network, in its debut. What's My Line, Beat the Clock, and I've Got a Secret, as well as To Tell the Truth. Now, you will be listening to them because copyright and stuff. I know Sony and, you know, all that stuff. In fact, probably showing that intro video might get us into trouble, but if it does, oh well. That's all I've got to say. So, yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much all on that one. But yeah, so tonight's going to be fun. We're going to watch those shows, and then in between each show, we'll kind of, you know, I'll kind of talk about some things and stuff like that about game shows and the Game Show Network. And then at the end of the first 4 shows, we will be kind of talking about what the schedule looks like, or what the schedule looked like then. So, yeah, it'll be fun to see how the schedule has just changed so much with, you know, their original programs and, you know, how that all came into fruition. So, yeah, we will have the first program of What's My Line here in about 3 minutes. It's going to be starring Jackie Gleason. So, yeah, and I said I wasn't going to give away the answer, but I guess I just did. What? Well, there's your mystery guest. Surprise, surprise now. Not really, but yeah. So, yeah, so you'll be listening to that. Although, What's My Line is one of those games that you could play it on the radio and you can watch it on TV. Like, it truly is. Like, Beat the Clock, which I'll show you, can't really play. I've Got a Secret. Yes, that's another one you could listen to on the radio. Tell the Truth, you know, you could probably listen to it on the radio and watch it on TV. It's just going to be Beat the Clock that's going to be, you know, obviously the trouble. But yeah, we'll try not to have it be the problem. But yeah, and I was gonna like dedicate this kind of to talk about not just like the first schedule, I guess. Well, we'll have that, but kind of how the schedule has changed over the years and stuff like that. But I've decided to do with that is instead of just doing that, we would have, along with the 4 shows we'll be showing you. I'm going to be making an episode of the Game Show about, like, you know, networks dedicated to game shows. So yeah, we'll kind of talk about that then, because yeah, let's see, we're just about ready. We're about 2 minutes, about a minute and a half actually from airing the very first program to ever air on the Game Show Network. Yeah, but the episode first we'll be showing you of What's My Line. You know, this is kind of What's My Line around this time, I think, was still trying to find its footing, because once you got into the late 50s and early 60s, that's when, ratings wise, when they really blew up, you could say, because they had such great shows to air before that. In fact, this season it got a 35.3 rating. So yeah, which isn't bad, but it's definitely not. In fact, that might have been its peak ratings wise right there, just looking at, kind of the ratings trends and stuff like that. But, it still wasn't, I guess, yeah, maybe. Yeah, well, from what it's looking like, I'm looking over the next few years, that might have actually been its peak ratings wise. So, yeah, maybe I might have been wrong with that. Oh well. But anyway, yeah, so we'll have this show. It aired on March 8th, 1953. Of course, the mystery guest there was Jackie Gleason. The panel, basically the regular four that were on there: Dorothy Kilgallen, Arlene Francis, Bennett Cerf, and then kind of the rotating third male panelist, although he was quite a regular, Steve Allen. So, yeah, here it is from 1953. What's My Line?
And now, What's My Line? Brought to you by Stop at Spray Deodorant. Poof, there goes perspiration. Poof Deodorant Body Powder, the body powder you spray. The Nest Shampoo, the new flowing cream shampoo. All in the first truly functional cosmetic containers. Far easier to use. All created by Dr. Jules Montagne, the famous cosmetic chemist. Time now to enjoy What's My Line?
And now, let's meet our award-winning What's My Line panel of well-known personalities whose lines you already know. First, the popular columnist whose voice of Broadway appears in the New York Journal American and papers coast to coast, Miss Dorothy Kilgallen.
And on my left, the young humorist who has his own television show and is currently in rehearsal with a new Broadway play, The Pink Elephant, Mr. Steve Allen.
Thank you. On my left, one of the lovely ladies of radio and television who tonight, I don't know if it's visible to you folks at home, but she's all spangled with little spangles. It's very lovely. Arlene Francis.
Thank you, Steve. And on my left, a gentleman who we have missed very much while he's been vacationing in sunny California, and whom we welcome back with a 21-gun salute of affection, Mr. Bennett Cerf.
Thank you, Arlene. I see I've been moved south of the border since I left. And in the case of Arlene, it's certainly the prettiest border I ever saw.
Oh, my God.
On my left is the famous news commentator and moderator of this show, and it's my first chance to say in public how good I think he is, Mr. John Charles Daly.
Thank you very much. Nice to have you back here. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to What's My Line, presented by StopX. Once again tonight, we're going to put our cameras on some people who come to visit us and brought with them some very interesting and, we hope, unexpected occupations to give the panel some trouble, so they'll get some prizes. We'll also have a famous guest challenger before the panel a bit later on. But now, to start things rolling, it's time for the experts to meet our first challenger, whose job they've got to spot. So would you sign in, please, ma'am? Mary Flory. Is that right? Take it easy. Nothing's going to happen. Everything's going to be fine. Is it Miss or Mrs.? Miss Flory, where are you from?
Monterey, Pennsylvania.
From Pennsylvania. Well, now, we haven't got anybody from Pennsylvania on the panel, so perhaps you'd like to go down and see what some Outlanders look like. Will you walk down in front of the panel for me, please? All right, Miss Mary, you come on over here now, please, and sit down next to me. And on the basis of that chance to meet you briefly and that fine, clear, meticulous handwriting of yours, perhaps they have some ideas. Because this time, we always give the panel one free and wild guess as to what your line may be. We'll begin the free guesses with Miss Kilgallen.
I think she models bridal gowns.
Mr. Allen.
I think she models flower pots.
Miss Rex.
I think she's an egg candler.
Mr. Cerf.
I think she's going to be a bride herself any day.
Well, that may be true, but that's not the answer we're looking for. We'll let our viewers at home have another look at Miss Mary Flory, and at the same time, we'll tell them what her line is. But the panel's got to dig, and Miss Flory, the rules are simplicity itself. Every time you get a no answer from anybody over there on the panel, it costs the panel $5. We'll keep a record of it up here. Tenebris knows, and you have won the game. Miss Flory is salaried with that. Let's begin the general questioning with Miss Dorothy Kilgallen.
Do you work for a profit-making organization, Miss Flory?
Yes.
And you deal in services?
Yes.
Would both men and women be interested in your services?
Yes.
You learn new things. Well,
Would you say that your services applied more to one sex than the other?
Yes.
Is that the female sex?
one man to go, Mr. Pink Elephant. Mr. Allen, excuse me.
Wonder what sex is left. That's the male sex, I take it.
Yes.
I see. Is there a product of any kind connected with what you do?
Yes.
Is it a product that might be found in the home?
Yes.
Is it smaller than a bread box? It is. Is it smaller than a loaf of bread?
Yes.
In a two-story home, would it be found on the second floor?
Yes.
Would it be more apt to be found on the second floor than the first? I mean,
No.
No, I wouldn't think so. $2 and 8 to go, Miss Benson.
Is this something that a man would ever, that a woman might buy for a man?
Yes.
Would it be in the category of gifts at Christmas time or birthday time?
Yes.
Is it anything that a man might put on?
No.
No. Well, that's $3 and 7 to go, Mr. Smith.
Miss Flory, is this consumable?
It is consumed in the use, yes.
In other words, it has to be replaced from time to time because it is either eaten or drunk or used up in one way or another. Is that right?
Yes.
Well, now, would this be used up by being put inside the mouth?
Yes.
In part, yes.
In part.
Only part of it would be put into the mouth?
You throw away the peel.
Well, all we're trying to convey, we don't want to confuse you, is that you suggested that, you might put everything in the mouth at once. Well,
You say what? Well,
Yeah.
after all this is over, Miss Flory, what I gather from this, am I correct in saying that this would not aid your digestion in any particular way?
It would not aid your digestion. There is, I believe, the premise that actually it does aid digestion. You and I have a quarrel about this later, but no. $1 and 6 to go, Mr. Kilgallen.
Well, when this thing is in the gentleman's mouth, does part of it show at any time?
Yes.
he's no gentleman if it does.
Is this anything that has ever grown at any time, even in part?
Yes.
Has it ever been in leafy form?
Yes.
Is it any form of tobacco?
Yes.
Well, is it cigars?
Yes.
Yes. Now we have identified the product as cigars, but what relation does Miss Flory have to the cigar?
She wraps them? Or, that thing they do with cigars? Puts one layer on top of another?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm afraid we'll have to give it. Actually, make cigars is the right answer. Very good, panel. Well, Miss Flory, you have done reasonably well with the prize department, but more, we hope that you've had a good time. It's been nice to have you with us, and what's my line? Thanks very much.
John, Mr. Galen, about this digestion. It may help the man's digestion, but I don't think wives' digestion are helped by it.
That's true. I should have given you a qualified.
Qualify.
All right, now let's see what you can do with another challenger. You've all ready signed in. That is Ruth Cooper. Is that right? Will you come over here? Miss or Mrs.? Mrs. Cooper. And where are you from, Mrs. Cooper?
Center of the world, Mercerville, New Jersey.
The center of the world, Mercerville, New Jersey. Wait till I hear about this up at
Is it really?
Well, now, would you be good enough to walk down there in front of the panel? They would like to know you a bit better.
Is that where the Mercer School is?
Merciful school.
Well, Mercer me.
Merciful heavens.
All right, Mrs. Cooper, will you come over here now, please, and sit down next to me?
Something's up with
And
that.
what we do at this point, because you've had a chance to meet the panel and they've had a chance to meet you, is to give them one free guess as to what your line may be, and we'll begin those free guesses, as usual, with Miss Kilgallen.
I think Mrs. Cooper raises porkers.
Raises porkers, Mr. Allen.
I think she lowers porkers.
Miss Preston.
I think she's a wardrobe mistress.
Mr. Sir.
I think she works in a boys' school.
No, I'm afraid nobody has it. We'll let our viewers at home have a further look at Mrs. Cooper. At the same time, they will learn what...
Oh, really? Oh, you'll have to wait for this one.
Miss Cooper, the better...
No, I'll just say this. Somebody like her, this is not a normal job for her. We'll just, for people like her. We'll just say that.
The 10 of these knows, and you have won the game. This is the last usual bit of help. Mrs. Cooper is self-employed. With that, let's begin the general questioning with Steve Allen.
Thanks a lot. Well, from that reaction, she must pitch for the Dodgers or something. Mrs. Cooper, is there, in the course of your work, do you come into contact with a product of any kind?
Yeah, kind of.
I think these people know something. Is it a product that might be encountered in the home?
Yes.
Is there anything funny about that? Can I possibly hold it in my hand?
Yes.
Is it something that a housewife might come into contact with?
Yes.
Could she conceivably come into contact with it at mealtime?
Yes.
Well, let me get right to the point. Is it edible?
Yes.
I gather from the reaction of the audience that this is something that would not ordinarily be served as the main course.
Yeah. You don't say.
I would like to say, Steve, you're right. This is not something that would be... Yes, it would not be served as a main course, no.
In fact, the reaction was so vigorous, I would suppose that there are some people who would not even like to eat this at all.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, there's issue of personal choice in almost every decision any of us takes, and there would be some people who wouldn't like to eat this.
Let me think, what is edible I don't like? Outside of food. Could you possibly put this on a piece of rye bread?
Could you put it on a piece of rye bread?
Yes.
Have a conference. So we had a conference, and we have decided, since the question phrase is, could you put this on a piece of rye bread, that in all fairness to you, we should say, yes, you could put it on.
I think I'm on the wrong track altogether. Might as well clear it up, though. It's just the kind of a thing that people might like to eat, say, on crackers in bed, that sort of thing.
One down, 9 to go, Miss Preston.
Would you be able to purchase this in a store?
No.
2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Sir.
Mrs. Cooper, is this a liquid by any chance?
Could be.
Could be.
Could be.
Does it have any medical properties?
No, I'm afraid it hasn't got any medical property. 3 down and 7 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Mrs. Cooper, is this by any chance something that unless you were terribly eccentric, you would never serve at dinner?
Yes, it is something that you would not serve at dinner.
Would not serve as dinner.
Yes, you would not serve it at dinner, no.
But you said
Traditionally.
that housewives would come in contact with it, and Steve
Yes.
would have come in contact with it. Do you think I might have come in contact with it?
Yeah.
Does this have a variety of aspects?
I mean, yeah, I guess, but I
Would
mean,
you
hey.
have it around the house as a result of something else that happened?
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you have it around the house as a result of something else that had happened? Yeah.
Would you have it around the house as a result of eating meals?
Yes.
Is it something like garbage?
Mhm. Ding, ding, ding.
All right.
And that's why Steve wouldn't put it on a piece of rye bread?
That's why we were very careful to say, Steve said, could you put it on rye bread? Well, you could put it on rye bread. I don't know if you want to. But now we've identified the product as garbage. but what does Mrs. Cooper have to do with same?
Is she by any chance a collector?
I'm afraid we'd have to buy that because Mrs. Cooper actually drives a garbage truck, which I imagine would be... Well, Mrs. Cooper, let's see, you have our $15 and our thanks for being with us in What's My Line.
They had quite a,
Well, very good.
well, especially someone her age.
In
Gosh,
just a moment, ladies and gentlemen, we'll
she's got to be
introduce our
what,
mystery
70
guest. But
when this
first,
aired?
word of an interesting new product. Special feature of our program, the appearance of our mystery celebrity. My friends on the panel.
Well, I already revealed it,
recognized
so
our
there you
guest
go.
Right away, so we've provided them with blindfolds. Are the blindfolds all in place, panel?
Yes, sir.
Good. Will you come in, mystery challenger, and sign in, please? All right, panel. As you know, in the case of our mystery guest, we always dispense with preliminaries, get right down to the general questioning, which we will begin with Arlene Francis.
Would you be considered an entertainer?
Yes.
Would you be considered a leading man?
Yes.
Thanks.
Perhaps? Are you in pictures?
I couldn't think of any.
The moving pictures?
Well, I knew he wasn't hanging in the Louvre.
We would like to, because there's a specific point at issue to us.
Have you been, all right, John. Have you been in motion pictures?
Yes.
Well, since there is some concern about the picture angle, do you also appear in television?
Yes.
Would you be considered a serious actor?
No.
Time to go, Mr. Sir.
Might I ask, do you ever use any props in your act?
Yes.
Would this prop be, by any chance, alive?
That's 2 down and 8 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
You are not a serious actor, has that been established?
That's right, yes.
Are you then a funny actor?
Yeah.
Wait.
Are you a comedian?
I'll answer it for him, Miss Dorothy. A very funny actor.
Do you have your own television show, one on which you star regularly, I mean?
Yes.
You're not just a floating guest starist. Do you,
All right.
do you
This
work?
man is firmly anchored.
Do you work with other people in your act, either partners or straight men?
Yes.
Do you work with a woman in your act?
Sometimes.
Do you also work with a straight man at times?
Yes.
Do you all work together sometimes?
Yes.
Sounds heavenly.
Are you an excellent dialectician?
No. That makes it 3 down and 7 to go. That is a subjective judgment. Mr. Allen?
You do impersonations?
Yes.
Sounds like Gable, huh?
Martin or Clark?
Did you ever have your own radio program?
Yes, baby.
All right, one. Are you over 40?
No. That's 4 down and 6 to go, Miss Francis.
Would you be considered a juvenile?
Hit the nail on the head there.
Why do you say delinquent?
Yeah. As delinquent, you might have got a different answer. 5 down and 5 to go, Mr. Sid.
Have you ever done any ventriloquism?
No. 6 down and 4 to go, Miss
The
Kilgallen.
hell kind of question was that?
I still
That's
think
what
you're
I
a
want to
good
know.
dialectician, but I'll skip that. Do you ever make odd noises and impersonate inanimate objects?
No.
Really?
Make odd noises and impersonate inanimate objects. What do you have? Do you mind if
Well,
we...
like,
Be
do
more
imitations of
specific,
things like
Dorothy.
pinball machines.
No.
Are
I I'd like to hear it though. Now that
On the
you
heavy
said it,
side,
he's got it.
too bad.
You see, I had a thin fellow in mind. Do you work for a rival network?
Yes.
No.
Oh wait, no. Okay, yeah, no. Sorry.
That's right. Go. Go, Miss Francis.
You're on the lighter side and you're heavy. You're a comedian and you're a heavy comedian. Do you appear on a regular television show once a week?
Yes.
Do you sort of not care what happens to you on this show?
Yeah.
Do they throw you around and slide down alleys and carry on like mad and wear funny clothes?
Yes.
Come on, you got it, Arlene. Jeez.
Yes.
Are you Jimmy Gleason? Jack Gleason?
Oh my God, bruh. Yeah, it was on Saturday night, so I mean, there you go. Back when Saturday night was actually a good night in television before sports basically took it over.
It was very, very pleasant being on the show. Well, I must
Although
say-
it was mainly CBS, kind of.
Thank you. Honor us with your presence. Would you say bye-bye to the fans? It's nice to see you, Jack.
Oh, sorry.
We can do with another challenger. Would you sign in, please, sir?
Jack.
Jack Joyce. That right, sir?
Okay, yeah. I can read cursive,
Where are
but
you from?
Ventura County, California.
Ventura County, California.
I
Well,
just
Mr.
couldn't
Seth
read
just
that.
came from Ventura County, California. Time is getting a little bit short, so would you just walk down in front of the panel, turn right around and walk back again?
one guess.
Right back here, Mr. Joyce, if you will, and sit down next to me, and the panel has a chance to get a quick look at you. At this point, we always give them one free guess as to what your line may be, and we'll begin the three guesses with Miss Kilgallen.
I think he makes golf tees.
Mr. Allen.
I think he's one of Jackie Gleason's writers.
I
Miss
mean,
Francis.
I think he's an outrider at the racetrack.
anything you could think of.
Mr. Joyce runs one of those cable cars on Powell Street in San Francisco.
No, I'm afraid not. We'll let our viewers at home have a further look at Mr. Joyce, and at the same time, we'll tell them what his line is.
Oh. I can see that.
Now that everything's all ready here, we've got the scoreboard set. Mr. Joyce, I think you know the rules. Each no answer, $5. 10 no's, you win the game. We keep the score up here. Mr. Joyce is salaried with that. Let's begin the general questioning with Bennett, sir.
Mr. Joyce, is there a product involved in what you do?
No.
That's 1 down and 9 to go. Miss Kilgallen.
I mean,
Services then.
Yes.
Do you deal with both?
it
men
is and
women?
isn't a product. We'll just say that.
Deal with both men and women when you are performing your services?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you inclined to come in contact with one sex more than the other, however?
Yes.
Are these men? They're
No,
not.
I think the question is of these men. We'd have to say, 2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Allen.
Are they by any chance children?
No.
No.
That's 3 down and 7 to go, Miss Francis.
I mean,
Are they
baby.
by any
Oh.
chance animals?
Yes.
You might come in contact with animals
That's right.
in your work. Are there a variety of animals in your job?
No.
And that would make it 4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Sitt.
Mr. Joyce, are these animals that are raised in California?
No.
Well, they are. Some are raised there, and we'd have to answer you in a qualified sense.
I would
there.
say then there aren't very many of these animals in California. Is that correct?
Yes, there are not very many.
Have these
Oh, you should be moderator. That was very good.
have these animals been imported for exhibition rather than for farming of some sort?
Yes.
Yes.
Would you find them in a zoo?
Yes.
Yes.
Have you got something to do with a zoo?
No.
No, that's 5 down and 5 to go. But Bennett, you opened a lot of doors. Miss Kilgallen.
Are these animals which are ever performing animals?
Yes.
Have they got 4 legs or hands and feet or whatever you want to call them?
4 legs, yes.
Do they sometimes stand up and walk around like this?
So you mean stand up on their hind legs and walk around?
Yes.
No, thank you very much. That's $6. Walk out, umbrella.
But they have 4 legs, is that right?
For something.
I presume they never have any more than 4 legs. Is that correct?
Yes, you are right in presuming they don't have more than 4 legs.
Do they have fur?
Yes.
Do they ever bite?
Yes.
Why don't you get rid of them?
All right, Steve, one more question. Our time is running out.
Do your animals perform, with you?
Yes.
Are you an animal trainer?
Yes, he is, but that isn't enough. So we'll have to, time has run out, and Mr. Joyce will get the full price by default. You had the right idea. Actually, he trains camels. You know, the Pollock Brothers Shrine Circus that does so much good for crippled youngsters. He has a
Bruh,
trained-
Steve and Dorothy just got the biggest shock of their lives.
The only hope for him. He trains the camels. Thank you very much, Mr. Joyce, and you get the full price like we had you again. Now, in just a moment, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you a preview look at one of our guests whose line our panel is going to be asked to try and identify on next week's program. At the same time, our panel of experts will be asked, "What's my line?" by this man. Would you know what his occupation is? Could you spot his line?
He's got a big ass forehead, I know that.
With many other questions, some of them serious and some of them hilarious. Be sure and join us again next Sunday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, when once again Stop It invites you to play What's My Line? For other localities, check your local listings for the date and time of our weekly television series, and don't forget What's My Line on Wednesday nights on CBS Radio. Until we see you again then, this is John Nady saying good night, Dorothy.
Good night, Steve.
Good night, Arlene.
Good night, Bennett.
Sure nice to be back. Good night, John.
And nice to have you back. Good night, and glad to have you with us on What's My Line?
I like how they
Mark Woodson, Bill Brownlee Productions, in association with the CBS Television Network.
I like how they didn't specify what time it was going to be on Wednesday nights. Of course, if I was CBS, I would understand why, because they had 2 of the top 10 rated programs on that night, in Beverly Hillbillies, which was actually ranked number 1. In fact, brand new show. I mean, craziness. And then, of course, the Dick Van Dyke Show right after. So, yeah. Although, if we did look up What's My Line on the radio, I'm sure we probably could do that. Oh, that's not what I want. Yeah, radio. Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, there you go. So, yeah. And when you look at they weren't really going up against very much. I mean, the first half hour, the last half hour, of Wagon Train, but then there's some show called The Virginian. I don't know what that is, but hey, it lasted 9 seasons though, so to be fair though, What's My Line lasted 17, so there's that. So yeah, 17 years. Yeah, I had mentioned that the top rated season was the season that this aired in at 35.3. However, in terms of rankings, where it ranked in the standings, its highest rating was during the 62-63 season at a number 13 at a 25.6 rating. And then all the rest of the seasons did not make the top 30. Hang on a second. I'll be back. Give me 2 seconds here. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. We had the phone ring upstairs, and our home phone. So yeah, apologies for that. I guess my mom was trying to talk to my grandma, but all right, here we go. So yeah, coming up next here, we will have our next program. It is from July 31st of 1954. This program aired. Sorry, I'm out of breath from that. So. Yeah, 1954 when it aired. It aired on Saturday nights around this time on CBS, just right before the Jackie Gleason show, incidentally enough. So, yeah, it was another great game show that, of course, history, everybody knows it. Well, at least especially if you're game show buffs. And it is Beat the Clock. Remember, we cannot show you the video because, Sony will get all pissed off and stuff. Although it would pretty much be the production company which owns all of our goods and stuff, which is, I believe, CBS or Fremantle. So either way, there we go. So here is Beat the Clock in audio form.
Time for fun has now begun. Let's all play Beat the Clock. Beat the Clock is brought to you by Sylvania, a quality name in lighting, photo lamps, radio tubes, television, electronics. Let's all play Beat the Clock. Now here is America's #1 clock watcher, Bud Langer. Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to Beat the Clock, the show where you have the time of your life playing against time for big time prizes. Let's come over and meet our first contestant tonight, shall we? Hello. How are you? This is Mr. and Mrs. Robert Larson of Manchester, Connecticut. Let's have a welcome from our studio audience. Well, you can burn there even if you have a tan ahead of time. What do you do, Bob? Aeronautical engineer. I tried winning the aircraft. Huh? You have, you've been married how long?
Almost 2 years.
What about children?
No baby, 3.5 months. Little girl.
Little girl. What's her name?
Linda Lee.
Look at him breathing. You're talking. Well, that's real nice. I guess you remember, you watched the show last week that those two toupees are not hanging anymore. There's a brand new one starting this time at $500, and of course it adds $100 each week. Whenever that bell rings, the new bonus will be tried by whoever's at the microphone at that time. Boy, we didn't even think that anybody's going to wear those toupees, but they did, and it was worth $3,200 when it went. Real wonderful, I tell you. All right, let's see now, Bob. We have a little problem for the two of you here, and before we do that, Roxanne has something for you from both of us and all of us on the show. It's one of our Beat the Clock games. And you folks, with your grown-up friends, this isn't for kids only, this is for grown-ups too. There's a clock there, a top to do all kinds of games. And of course, the games were originated by the same two guys that work with me on the show here that do the stuff. That's Frank Wayne and Bob Howard. I'm going to give you that, and you can put it right down behind you there, if you will, please, Miss Larson, and it'll be ready there for you to take along with you when you go. Now, on the $100 clock, suppose you both come over here with me, and I'll show you what the problem is. You stand right over here, Miss Larson. Mr. Larson, I want to ask you to step in this little waiting pool, if you don't mind, facing the audience. That's the idea. Now, when I say go, all you have to do is to stamp with your feet and break 2 of those balloons. All you have to do. Now, your job, Miss Larson, is to keep around here, and if you have to kick one of them out, or twist away from them, grab it and put it back in. Yeah, if you find that you're running out of supplies, there's a fresh supply of balloons right behind you there. See them all? Okay, let's take a look at the clock, see how many seconds you have. You have 50 seconds. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, we're going to blindfold you. So put a blindfold on, if you will, Madeline. All right, that's the girl. Pull it down good and snug here so he can't see a thing. See anything? Oh, all right, Bob, you all set now? Start stamping, go. That's one. Stay in the pool. That's it. Put it in there. Stamp away, boys. Come on. Keep stamping. Keep stamping. There we are. Stop the clock. Good boy. All right, come on back over here, Mr. Larson, if you will, please. You got through the first one, all right? One of the biggest fun about that thing is if you keep this thing at the side of the pool as part of the balloon, and you're working away on it, and it's not getting anywhere. That's right. All right, Mr.
is nothing less than brilliant. The Professional is an absolute knockout. Explosive and thrilling.
I'm dying. Anita.
A riveting, nail-biting film. It makes speed look like a slow ride to Grandma's house. From internationally acclaimed action director Luc Besson. The Professional, rated R. At theaters now.
Gene Rayburn remembers a match game blooper. I was talking to this beautiful young woman, and I wanted to compliment her on the beauty of her face, and she had two lovely dimples. Doesn't she have pretty nipples? Pretty dimples there? I was just posing. This lady has very pretty dimples in her face, doesn't she? I got a check from some station in London saying we used your booth for get in on the fun. Watch Game Show Network.
All right, now, Mr. Larson, this next problem on the $200 clock is all for you. If you come over here with me, I'll show you what we have in mind. Now, here, we have a special kind of a ramp slide. You see, it goes up on this side, slides down on the other side. Now, if you step over here, I'll show you the why and the wherefore of that, just why it's there. I'm carrying this hat box for a very definite reason. I'm going to place this hat box halfway along the back here, which is your course of operation. You operate behind this little ramp. Now, here's the supply of saucer. You stand behind the end of this ramp, hand on the saucer, slide it up and over the top there, run around here, grab the hat box, run down to the other end, and catch the dish before it hits the ground and breaks. That's the idea. All you have to do is catch one dish. We'll stop the clock and you beat the clock. If you miss it, come back, drop the hat box on the way, come back here, and slide another one up. Got it? All right, let's take a look at the clock. You and I see how many seconds you have. You have 55 seconds. Step in front of me and I'll get out of your way. Pick up the box and catch it in the box. Are you ready? Go.
Alright, sorry about that, everybody. I'm back. That could not have been quicker.
You got it on the first try. Now, just for the fun of it, you got it. You're beating the clock. Not going to take that away from you. Just for fun, see if you can do it again on the first try.
Yeah. Hey, give him some extra cash if he can do it again.
Right at the back here. Slide and nobody sees you get started. You ready? Just for fun now. Go.
My God, he's a master at that.
I'll show you the two comments the wife makes about her husband. On the balloon side, she said to me, well, he's got big feet. You didn't hear that, but that's what she said. On this one, she said, I always knew he was wonderful. She said, he goes to sublime and ridiculous. Okay, now it's your turn. Time for our jackpot clock. You step back over there, Mr. Larson. You, young lady, will step up here on this little platform at the far end and turn around and face the audience. Now, don't turn back again until I tell you to. Back of you now is our jackpot board, and we've got on all the words of a famous saying or quotation. They're all mixed up and out of order. You got to move them around on the board until they spell out the correct saying correctly. Got it?
Got
10
it.
seconds from the time I say go, and don't look like that. You do. Open the curtain. Turn around, take a look.
Huh.
All right, stop the clock. We're over here. That's seconds to go.
Would not have gotten
I
that.
never saw two people go through stunts so fast in my life. We got a whole lot of time left over here. You want to do some more stunts just for the fun of it? Well, you beat my jackpot clock. Let's see what you won. Just take a look over here.
Ooh, what is it? Oh, color TV. I'm not sure if it's color TV, but
Stratford with exclusive halo lights around the 21-inch screen and with a great new photo power chassis. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Larson. You have just won Sylvania's jackpot prize. Congratulations. Telling you, we could have timed those stunts in 10 seconds, and they still could have done them. They were working so fast. Roxanne, who do you have now?
Good, I'd like to meet Jerry and Mr. and Mrs. Morris Kane from Denisio.
well, they got a kid involved now.
Denisio. Oh, thank you, Roxanne, and a welcome to you. Let's have a welcome from out there, too. All right. And Matt, how are you? Very nice to meet you. Come on out here a sec. Attaboy, I want to talk to you a minute. How old are you?
7.
What's your name?
Jerry.
Yeah, you're tall for 7, aren't you, huh? Let's see where you come to on me here. Yeah, you're real
They must be
tall. What are you
using
gonna
them
do
for
when you grow up,
something.
Jerry?
Scientist.
Are you? Is your daddy a scientist? Well, how'd you make up your mind you want to be a scientist?
I saw so many dinosaur pictures and
In the movie?
No.
TV?
Hey, there's plenty of scientists in movies. I mean, hey.
Dinosaur pictures in the magazine, so that made you decide you want to be a scientist. Well, good boy for you. You got a book of them, have you? You never dream about dinosaurs, do you? I tell you, we have something for you here. And especially, we not only have one of our Beat the Clock games. Thank you very much, Roxanne.
Oh my God, they got a whole Beat the Clock board game.
Complete with flash gun and all these wonderful Sylvania flash bulbs with a blue dot for sure shot. See them there? How's that? Can you hold all that? Tell you what, set it down back there. You won't have to hold it there. You can take it off stage with you when you go. That'll keep you busy for a while, I hope. Well, on the $100 clock, we have a problem for you, and I think maybe you might take your glasses off of this if you don't mind. You put them right there, and I think they'll be perfectly safe. There we are. Come on over here, if you will, and let's see how well we do on this one. Thank you very much. Now, you take the blue. Oh, you come over blue. Oh, yes, indeed. I'm going to ask you, if you will, please.
Couples.
Just lie down here on the floor with your head
Oh, God.
that way and your feet out this way. That's right. That's the idea. Okay. Now, you come over here, please, and stand right up at his head, you know, sort of in back of him, a little further away. I'm going to take this stack of cereal boxes we have here, place it on your forehead, sir. I'm going to ask you to place your forehead on the other end of this stack and press good and tight so you don't lose the... Oh, watch it. You have to be very careful there. Very careful to press hard. Is that another stack already? Oh, that's fine. Thank you, Madeline. Okay. There we are. Right on his forehead. You take a hold of the stack and get it adjusted, because you got it there. You got it? Oh, you got to press good and tight. Press good and hard. Hold it. You got it? Okay. Now, the is comparatively simple. When I say go, we simply want you to change positions.
Oh, good Lord.
You stand up, you lie down, and wind up in the same position, but reverse. Got it? All right. I'll take a look at the clock. Beg pardon? Can you what? You can't touch it with your hands at any time. Just get too far, but you press good and tight. You find
It's
it
Beat the
easier
Clock.
to
You think you're going to be able to use your
Yeah,
hands
turn
for
your
a
head so
stunt?
you
I
can turn
mean,
around on
good
this thing.
Lord.
I suggest to you, sir, that you get up first before she starts to lie down. Got it? Clock says 55 seconds. Are you ready? Go.
Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick. Oh, shoot. This might have been easier than we thought it was. Oh!
Here we go again. All right. All right.
So now they got to stop the clock and start over. That was pretty good, though, for what they had.
For the world. All right, you got it? You take a hold of it so you get the pressure against right. You got it? Okay, you ready? Go.
Tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. Oh. Boy. My God, I'd be sweating biscuits right now if I was doing this live on TV. Oh, you can't use your hands, girl. You can't use your hands. Oh, she's good. You got it. Just don't fall too hard. There. They collapsed last second, but they gave it to her. To them, I guess. Oh, that's super bonus stunt.
Now, this starts at $500 and adds $100 a week. Thank you very much, madam. We have here just a pretend full milk bottle. It's not full at all, you see. We have here a little stick. A stick about, I think about 3 feet long. Now, we want you to place the stick inside the milk bottle like that. See? Now, I place the milk bottle on the floor here. I give you the end of the string, which is tied to the middle of the stick, and I place it on the floor in front of the milk bottle. Here you are, sir. You must hold it by one finger through that loop like that. Got the idea? And get either end of it in the bottle. We'll stop the clock. You'll beat the clock for $500 on new bonus. Clock says how many seconds? 40 seconds. Beg pardon? That's my body, is it? No, but keep it free of your body entirely. Are you ready?
Okay. I didn't see what they were doing because I was. Okay. Oh, they're trying to get the stick in the milk jug. Okay. That seems easy enough. Yeah, maybe not. Careful, don't whack the damn TV. Or the camera, rather. Excuse me. Okay, Hey, don't do it like that. Ain't gonna work. Dang, that might be harder than I thought it was.
Oh, golly, I'm sorry. I didn't see the clock on the
Dang. But I think I could have gotten it, like, get the stick up against your leg and then kind of find a way to tip it into the...
We call it a bonus. It's just sort of an added attraction. Is what we have. And then last week, boy, oh boy, I'm telling you, $3,200. Baptist Ministry, Virginia.
Boy, so 27 weeks the last stunt they couldn't get. My
We're going to
goodness.
find out the next problem for you right off the bat if you're not getting too warm doing them all. But before we get into the technique of the next one, right now, let's see how many of these questions about television you can answer. Ask them, Bill Shipley. All right, just a moment.
Oh.
I'll tell you how you...
Right, they went to a commercial, I guess. Yeah, so Peter Tomarkin, I guess they're going to be playing for some big moolah or something like that. Who knows? Oh, he's just talking about the little play-at-home contest they have. I wonder how many people were watching when this premiered on TV. That's what I want. Because cable television really didn't, I feel like, come into fruition until like the late 90s and the early 2000s. Like that's when like everybody was watching cable television. So yeah, it could be just me. Telling you, some of the they could GSN could honestly do this today, because and maybe like do it like live on social media and stuff like that. Like GSN could still do like Prime games and stuff like that. They could do it, honestly. I like to see that today. I don't think it'll get very high ratings necessarily, but I mean, hey, anything's possible, right? Alrighty, yeah, so they're in commercial right now. But yeah, acquired Barry Enright, yeah, and striking of 10,000. Yeah, to Mark Goodson and stuff. Okay, so GSN was intended to be launched at 10 p.m. Eastern, but then it got moved back to 7 p.m. Eastern. So we could be on in about 2 more hours instead of, you know. But, yeah. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. But gosh. All right, let's see. Gotta be back when it goes back. Here it is. Oh.
Mom and Dad, they get, oh, here they say, look at the lovely shoes we put on your mother. Aren't they lovely? Oh, they are beautiful. And your father should be out here in the second hour, too.
What are they, like duck feet or something like that? Oh, it's gonna get messy, that's why.
Break balloons. Well, we're gonna let you break a balloon. Just for the sheer heck of it, just break a balloon. Now, if you both come over here with me, I'll show you what it is. Let's see now, young man, would you like to come over here, too, and watch a little closer? You come on over and stand with me, will you? Bring out our balloon breaking little emporium there.
Oh, yeah.
The idea.
Something's about to happen.
Because all you have to do is lie down. You just stretch out right there with your head on that pillow on your back and put the shower cap on before you do it. Miss Kane, you step up around back there over there where Betty is. She's waiting for you. You'll find out in a minute why we have done what we have about those galoshes on your feet. All right. Now you get nice and comfortable.
Oh, it's just like rain boots or something like that.
Take that one in that hand, this one in this hand, and you have two also. Now these strings, as you notice, are attached to the 4 corners of this little metal plate here. You see, it has a dowel in the center, and on the end of the dowel is a needle. Up above this whole contraption is a balloon. All you have to do is by pulling on those things, you'll see what happens. You pull through there very carefully, and straighten it up by pulling yours. No, straight, see? You're very careful, so you have to pull yours a little harder than his to keep it straight, you see? Now that's enough, that's far enough. But what you do is bring it up here close enough to break that balloon. That's the idea? That's all you have to do. All right, let's put it back down.
Yeah, but there's like whipped cream or something in that balloon.
Seconds to make it much more fascinating. We're going to fill that pan full of pancake batter.
Oh, yeah, now, okay, pancake batter.
There, pour it full. There's one. Right up to the brimming edge. That's fine. Okay, very good. All right, now be very careful, because we don't want any to get on your husband, you understand? All right, you ready? Wait,
Yeah, I think that there's definitely, might as well, yeah, they immediately almost poured out the whole thing.
Again, gotta get a refill, girl. Bring on a refill. You can't-
Oh, refill, okay, so even more.
She'll help you. Here you are. Here, wait a minute. Take the handles here. Got the handles?
Oh my god, it's like all over his face.
Go, go away. Hold your side.
Oh my god, just pop the damn balloon. There. Oh, now we get a Sylvania camera to take a picture of it.
Okay, now we have taken a picture with another one of these Kodak Duoflex cameras.
Oh, it's a Kodak.
And the first picture on that reel will be that of your husband lying there with what you did to it. So you'll have that when you get it developed. You can set that here right now because now you have to carry on to the family and try our jackpot clock. You step right up here, Miss Kane. On the board, turn around and face the audience. Sorry to keep those galoshes on you like that. Back to you now as that jackpot board, and we put another thing up there, and again we fix the word.
Yeah, I didn't get the last one, so let's see if
Don't look till I say so, please.
this next one is. Spice.
Turn around, take a
The
look.
life is a variety. Oh no.
Go.
Is the life. Variety is the spice of life. There you go. Let's see it. Ooh, another TV. Another TV.
Congratulations, Mr. Mrs. Kane. You have just won Sylvania's jackpot prize.
Woo!
Oh, my. Roxanne, whom do we have now?
She's a beautiful little girl. Janice, I'd like you to meet
Now we got a little girl.
How are you? Good. Who have you got with her parents here?
Mr. and Mrs. Donald Nutt from Norristown,
Thank you very much, Roxanne. Hello, Miss Nutt. How are you? And let's have a walk.
This show truly is a family affair. I mean,
Let's see. Your name is
literally anybody could play it.
Pretty great. Jan, is that new? Turn around and-
Yeah, now let's fill something up with pancake batter and mess it up.
How old are you now? Seven. You have any brothers or sisters? Uh-huh. So you live in Norristown, Pennsylvania. You like it there better than you do here in New York? You like New York, do you? Find it pretty
Who doesn't like New York?
Well, we have a camera for you, and also one of our Beat the Clock games. There you are, Beat the Clock games for you, and a Duoflex 3 camera made by Kodak, of course, and of course all those wonderful Sylvania flash bulbs with a blue dot for sure job. Can you manage that? Can you? You set it down right over there too, honey, so you don't have to stand there and hold it right on that little platform there. It won't be in the way. Okay, now, Mr. Nutt, you do what there? Civil engineer for the Navy. A civil engineer for the Navy. Have you always done this sort of work? Most of the time. You have. All right. How long married, Mr. Nutt? 13 years. Okay, we have a $100 clock problem for you. If you will come over here with me, I'll show you what it is. Thank you very much, Madeline. Now, here we have a piece of string.
Looks like soap on a rope.
Sometimes get a double chocolate molded in one of these, you know? Now, all I want you to do, we'll start it down like that. When I say go, in the allotted amount of time, I want you to get it standing up like that. That's all you have to do. See? Okay? Take a look at the clock.
It's a lot harder than it looks, though.
55 seconds.
Which is why she's getting 55 seconds to do it.
Okay? All right. Are you ready?
Oh, that's right, because she's got to do it with her nose or mouth or whatever. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Did that in no time.
If you heard your little girl, but she kept saying, well, do it. Not as easy as it looks, though, is it? When you start, but then if you calm down, you can usually do it. Well, I got you through the $100 class. You didn't have to lift a finger over there. You see, Mr. Nutt, we kind of
and on that note, yeah, there we go. We'll kind of mute the show there. But yeah, Beat the Clock. I mean, it wasn't really a rating success by any means, but hey, well, I guess Saturday Night even in the 1950s wasn't really, one of the higher rated nights, I guess you could call it. So, because there was only 2 shows out of the top 30 that even made it up there ratings wise. But yeah, because even when they got Jackie Gleason and stuff, it still wasn't. Yeah, so not really a rating smash by any means, but hey, still popular, very popular. Which Nickelodeon even tried to make a show they tried to reboot it, but I bet you though if they brought it back and just didn't change the basic premise and just made the prizes bigger, I mean, it could be like a Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune, friendly or family-friendly content, where you won't have to worry about the outside world or anything like that. It could work, it could succeed. So yeah. Anyway, coming up next, we still have 2 more programs left. As we celebrate this launch night, we will have I've Got a Secret coming up next, and then To Tell the Truth after that. So, yeah, an hour filled with Gary Moore, of course, who hosted, both shows. He didn't host the original To Tell the Truth. That was Bud Collier, so, yeah. And we won't be showcasing the syndicated version, so there you go. Excuse me. There we go.
Not having gotten to the $100 clock, let's try the $200 clock. Would you mind taking your glasses off, sir? Let's put them in your pocket where they'll be perfectly safe. You both come over here with me. I'll show you what your problem is. All right, stand right back to these 2 tables.
Uh-oh, they got balloons.
We have 2 tables here, and on one of them are volleyballs, on the other are basketballs.
Oh, okay.
Volleyball's over there, basketball's over here. I'm going to separate these 2 tables. I'm going to put this table right about here. I'm going to leave this table right about where it is. Now, I want you, if you will, please, to stand right next to that table, and you stand next to this table. Now, when I say go, what I want you 2 to do is this. I want you to pick up one of these volleyballs and come over here and exchange it for one of the basketballs. You see? And then you keep exchanging volleyball for basketball until you've got all the basketballs over here, you've got all the volleyballs over there.
There's a twist. It can't be that simple.
In it, though, you must put your left hand behind your back and keep it there at all times. You can only use one hand. You got the idea? What did you say to me?
That's still that's still very doable, I mean. Oh, blind. Okay, there we go. I was going to say, even with one hand, that's still pretty easy. 55 seconds.
Keep that left hand behind your back at all times. Are you ready? Go.
Clap. Tick. Tick. Wow.
Stop the clock. You didn't understand. Set it back again. You must exchange with each other in mid-flight, so to speak. You see? You must exchange. Right? That's right.
So just stand there like a statue and then hand it over like that.
In other words, you reverse. You put yours over here and you put those over here. You move toward each other. That's all, back and forth. Okay, you ready? Go.
I already tried to cheat.
All right, there's one.
Well, you'll be waiting a little while there, girl. Oh.
All right, there's 2. One more to go now. One more to go. There it is. Come on.
They got it. They got it. Oh, God.
Last one back, because she dropped it. All right, one more to exchange now. Oh, yeah, I exchanged it wrong. I'm sorry. Okay. All right.
Oh, my God. Bud Collier's tearing down the show. There you go.
Okay. Well, that's just funny. It's kind of funny when you get your arms weak there and you couldn't get out of it for a minute. Well, they did all right, didn't they? Sure did. All right, now Mom's going to carry on to the family again. If you will step over there with Daddy
time's the charm here, so.
And again, we put another thing, and again, we mix it all up. You have 20 seconds to get it unmixed. Okay, now don't look like they, please. Open the curtain. Turn around, take a look.
United we stand, divided we fall. There we go.
United we stand, divided we fall.
Got it. Another 21-inch TV they're going to win, I bet.
You folks have now beaten our Jack Parker. How do you feel about that now, huh? Pretty exciting, huh?
Well,
Would you like to see
I
what
guess.
you won? You
We'll
would?
see.
Well, just
Hey,
take
it
a
might
look.
not be a TV.
Right
It could be a
over
radio or something like that. Nope. Exact same thing. Girl's just sitting there and then just opens up the cabinets, shows off the TV.
You have just won Sylvania's Jackpot Prize. All right, come on, Roxanne, let's see whom we have now, huh? Warm night, they got you running back and forth there, haven't they?
Huh.
First, this is David Danbury from Lambertville, New Jersey.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Danbury. A welcome to you and a welcome from everybody out on this hot night right there. How are you? Now, let's see, what do you do, Mrs. Danbury? You're a farmer. Well, on the farm sometimes, when you're not feeding the cows for chickens, here's one of our beat the clock games. You want to put it right back there, Mrs. Danbury? You've been married.
Boy, just give off board games like that freely.
Okay, $100 clock, come on. Oh, now you're going to find out what it is. That time is run out.
Right, they had a klaxon before Who Wants to Be a Millionaire became a thing.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, when I say I wish them the best of luck, I do, because I'll be gone for 4 weeks. I'm going to take off with my family and have a little vacation. My
Aw.
good friend Bob Kennedy is going to be carrying on here. The clock will be ticking away just as usual. The new bonus will be running at $100 a week extra, and I hope you'll all be with us and still be here when I return. I'll be seeing you in 4 weeks, and until then, this is Buck Collier speaking for Sylvania, hoping that next time, maybe your time, to beat the clock. Good night.
Woo! Yeah, because it was July 31st, 1954, to be fair. So, I mean, boy, he was taking a summer break before everyone else was. Yeah. Yeah, not... Yeah. Because it said later on, once, you know, what was I going to say? Frickin', once What's My Line became, you know, pre-filmed, pre-taped, that's when they started, you know, doing the summer breaks and stuff. So, yeah, I've got a secret here shortly. Yeah, so this week is going to be a somewhat busy week. We'll have the $1 Million Drop, nothing really until the end of the week. For sure, we'll have the $1 Million Drop live Thursday and Friday, both this week and then the week afterwards, and then that would be it for the season. But we're gonna have a special Christmas series that'll run kind of, you know, in between there. So, well, the next week afterwards. Still getting final details on that ready. Then we'll also have 3 hockey games at at Tri-City Friday, at Omaha Saturday, and then at Waterloo Sunday. So, yeah. And then we'll also be calling. I'm still undecided yet whether whether or not we're gonna call the Big Ten championship game or the ACC championship game. Both of them are taking place at 8 p.m. Eastern time next Saturday night. So yeah, still haven't decided yet what we're doing for that. Yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. Anyway, coming up next, we have our next show, and of course another classic. It is from, let's see, what's the date on it? June 8th, 1960. Yes, June 8th of 1960. It is, well, another classic, Mark Goodson, Todman. Both of these shows pretty much aired back to back. I'm trying to figure out here when. On the TV schedule they aired. If I can find it. Okay, no. At this time, they weren't airing back to back. I've Got a Secret at this time was airing Wednesday nights at 9:30. Still one of the top-rated shows in TV at the time. And the top 30 of them, we'll just say that. Yeah, gosh, I thought that, you know, I've Got a Secret was on like way beforehand, but no. I thought they were on like around 1950 when What's My Line began, but no, 1952. Very interesting stuff. But of course, hosted by Gary Moore, it is from June 8th, 1960. Remember that? It is, maybe. Now my computer's acting up. It will be, I've Got a Secret here. Gosh. Of course, my computer decides to freeze up at the worst. There we go.
My name is Misha Oliver.
I'll be back.
I've got a secret. Do you think you can guess what it is?
Harry, green deodorant. The deodorant that is 53% more effective in keeping underarms dry and odorless. Presents I've Got a Secret, starring Gary Moore.
Thank you very much, and greetings again to you out there, my ever-loving friends. This is Gary Moore. Somewhat surprised, I must confess, to be back on the air after last week's episode with the future Mrs. Tommy Manville. Then you folks see the show last week? Huh?
I have loved you since the moment I clapped eyes on you. There are loves we'll always remember. Memories time cannot erase. And stories we can never forget. Winona Ryder, Little Women, rated PG, at theaters everywhere Christmas Day. Why does everyone love the new Game Show Network?
The emotions, they're just so contagious.
I always love to watching people stand up. It's exciting. It's fun.
I sit in front of the TV, I scream out the answers.
That's right, you're wrong.
I'm addicted to game shows.
Needlepoint is marvelous there. Everybody wants to win. I love to win.
Right.
Game shows is where it's at. Tune in to watch, play, and win on the all-new Game Show Network.
Let the game begin.
All right, now we're all set to play. I've got a secret. How about you, family? You all ready? Everybody's ready? All right, let's have our first contestant. Will you come out on the stage, please? Let's give this gentleman a very warm welcome. Now then, sir, will you tell us what your name is, please, and what it is that you do for a living? Roy Lee. I'm the butler at the Valentine Brewery. You're the Valentine Brewery. All right. Now, panelists, going to be up to you to uncover Mr. Laser's secret, and here's how we play the game. Each panelist will get 2 questioning periods of 15 seconds each, but the clock will only find the actual question. When a panelist's time is up, you will hear this sound. And I will pay our guest $10 and turn the game over to our next questioner. Twice around the panel for a total loss of $80, and the game is over. Now then, Mr. Laser, if you will whisper your secret to me behind your hand, we will reveal it at the same time as the viewers at home. And I believe it, too. I believe it. All right, now to help you classify this secret panel, I will say that it starts with the word I, and it is something that Mr. Laser did. Now we'll start our questioning with Miss Jane Meadows. Madam?
Mr. Laser, this thing that you did you do it more than once?
No.
You did it once. Did this thing bring you any fame at the time that you did it?
Yes, I should say
It did.
a measure of things.
Would it help me to know at what period in your life you did this? What age you were?
I would guess it would probably help you some.
It would. Would it be in the last few years?
No.
No. Would it have been in your childhood?
Pardon? There goes the buzzer. The question was...
In your childhood.
Well, it's not in Mr. Laser's childhood, no. There is $10 down and $70 to go. Mr. Melville Cooper.
Tell me, would it be in your college days?
I would say...
Around that age, anyhow.
Yeah, around that age, yeah.
Around that age. Was it anything athletic you did?
Yes.
What? One of the games? I mean athletic games, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a form of athletics, yes.
I mean a common game? game like football?
No, I wouldn't say that it was a game like football. $20 down, $60 to go. Miss Lorraine Day.
Mr. Laser, did you fight?
I did.
You were a boxer
Yes.
in college.
No, it wasn't college. We said around that age.
Around that age, did you fight professionally?
Yes.
Is your secret I fought somebody? Or
Well, that is implied in the secret. That is not the whole secret, however.
does it mention the person you fought? Is
Yes.
that, the person you fought, would he be a famous fighter? Would he be a champion?
The question was, would he be a champion?
He was a champion.
Pardon?
I mean,
Was he a champion?
Yeah.
No, he was not a champion at the time. $30. If anything, if you hadn't asked that. $30 down and $50 to go, Mr. Bill Cullen.
Is the secret, am I interested now? If I find out who he fought, is that the secret?
That
He
is
fought
not the complete
so-and-so?
secret, no.
It isn't. Is the person he fought, was this over 20 years ago?
Just a minute, now, you hold your fingers up and I'll count. No, it was not over 20 years ago.
Was the person Joe Louis, by any chance, before he was champion?
No, Mr. Laser, however, has fought Joe Louis.
Was this person prior to Joe Louis?
Well, now, what do you mean, was he prior to Joe Louis?
In an earlier age of fighting, like right before Joe Louis, John L. Sullivan.
I think it was John L. Sullivan. No, I will have to say, however, that the gentleman that he fought is older than Joe Louis. I bet. $40 down and $40 to go. Panel, we are on our last go round. Miss Jane Meadows.
Mr. Laser, would it by any chance have been Jack Dempsey? Somebody like that?
No.
It wasn't. Would it be somebody older than Jack Dempsey?
No.
Younger than Jack Dempsey?
Everybody.
The only ones I know are Joe Louis or Sugar Ray Robinson.
Well, it wasn't Sugar Ray Robinson. All right, that's $50 down and $30 to go. Mr. Melville Cooper.
Was this Friday you fought a heavyweight?
He was.
He was a heavyweight. Well, that's pretty good to know. Now we know he's a heavyweight.
That narrows it down to at least 200 people.
Yeah, he was a heavyweight. He was never a champion.
We did not say that. We said he was not a champion at the time of Mr. Laser fought.
Did he become a champion afterwards?
Yes.
A world champion? Or a champion of his time?
No. World.
Well, he became a world champion.
World heavyweight champion, $60 down, $20 to go. Miss Day.
Would it be Gene Cummings? Max Schmeling? The Italian fighter, Primo Carnera?
No.
Walcott?
Yes! Mr. Laser's secret is in the year 1939, he won a unanimous decision over Jersey Joe Walcott, and he later lost to Joe Louis. Thanks very much.
You're watching Game Show Network, your 24-hour game show source. If you have any comments, an interesting game show story, or appeared on one of our shows, drop us a line at Game Show Network, 10202 West Washington Boulevard, Culver City, California, 90232. You may hear your letter read weekdays on 12 a.m., 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern, or Prime Game, 7 to 11 p.m. Eastern. So watch Game Show Network, the only network that lets you play along.
Now then, may we have our next contestant, please? A very handsome gentleman. Would you tell us your name, please, and what you do for a living?
My name is Martin Rafferty. I'm a policeman, City of New York.
City of New York. You live in New York?
Yes.
Brooklyn. You live in Brooklyn. All right. Well, now you have a secret for our panel, huh? All right. Now, panel, remember how we played twice around the panel and you lost the game. Now, Mr. Rafferty, please remind me of your secret at the same time we'll let our home audience know exactly what it is. so many things I want to say, but I can't and not give anything away. Now, to help classify the secret for you, panel, I'm afraid it begins with the word I, and it is an experience that Mr. Rafferty had. All right, so we're set to go and start the cross-examination with Bill Cullen, who looks very wise.
I don't feel so wise. I gather, Gary, from the applause we got there, that it was a successful secret, so I don't guess. You're a policeman, is that right?
Yes.
Were you successful in preventing something, Mr. Rafferty?
Here we go again. You certainly have a knack for it, boy. This secret is that he's going to marry Tommy Man.
Did you receive any recognition or public acclaim for this secret of yours?
I would say he received a public notice.
He's a policeman. He's from Brooklyn, so I'm going to take a wild stab at this one. Does this have anything to do with the Brooklyn Dodgers? It's a pretty wild stab. Were any other policemen involved in this?
Honest question. He gave an honest answer. What's wrong?
I'll tell you. In other words, I assume this was accomplished single-handedly.
I asked simple questions. It was not accomplished single-handedly.
Another person had to be involved? Was there gunplay in this thing?
No. It was an entirely peaceful arrangement.
In other words, you weren't in uniform at the time. I mean,
I'd love to know what this is.
was he?
No. Thank you. All right. $10 down and $70 to go, Miss Jane Meadows.
Mr. Rafferty, this experience that you had of the person that was involved in it, would this person be of the opposite sex?
Yes.
Would this person be a member of your family?
Yes.
A blood relative?
And
Your wife, by any
yes.
chance? Would this experience be prior to your marriage? No?
No.
Would this experience that you had with your wife have been a one-time thing?
So far as history now records it, there is no doubt. $20 down and $60 to go, Mr. Melville Cooper.
This experience you had with your wife, officer, the result, I gather, was pleasant. Did the result involve other little people arriving in the world?
Yes. Mr. Cullen, if you want to think back what you said, please, now you can.
Is it, Mr. Rafferty, is it that you are the father of more than one child in one birth?
Yes.
Was it triplets?
Yes. It was true. Now, there is a time element involved, Mr. Cooper.
Yeah.
As to when this happy event took place.
Oh, is it recently?
Mm-hmm.
A few days ago?
Yes.
Or yesterday?
Well, we'll have to say, you said a few days ago, that is included in the secret. The secret is that on Tuesday, Mr. Rafferty at the Brooklyn Hospital became the father of triplets. And congratulations to you. Wait a minute. We knew that you being the recent father of triplets, you've probably been too busy to get to the cigar store. So on behalf of the management, we want to give you this box of cigars from us to you. Okay? Yeah, you have one? What? Sure, thank you. Keep on your phone. Keep on your phone. Have you tried to get the ring? I know we got a small budget on the show, fellas, but this is ridiculous. Wow. All right, where are we? Oh, now it is time for our panel to go to work on our tonight's special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, a brilliant comedian of movies and the television and the stage, Mr. Misha Auer. Misha, we will have our panel start. Oh, Mr. Rafferty left some of his money behind. He left all of his money. Misha, there's more over here for you. We'll put this aside for Mr. Rafferty. In a moment, our panel. You won't like it. In a moment, we'll have our panel start digging for Mr. Auer's secret. But now, here is important news from 5 New York doctors.
All right, just a moment. I'm going to tell you how you can register to play Decade. But right now, I know one guy who can't keep a secret, Mike Wagner, and he wants to tell you about the eligibility again. Mike?
No purchase necessary. All entrants must have pre-registered and have a valid PIN number. Winners must sign an affidavit of eligibility. Contests open to all legal residents of the United States 18 years of age and older, except employees and their families of Sony Pictures Entertainment, Game Show Network, and any other person or entity associated with contests. Void were prohibited by law. Subject to all applicable laws and regulations. Taxes, including applicable sales tax, are the sole responsibility of winners, and contestants can win only one prize during a 30-day period. Rules may be subject to change. Odds of winning determined by number of entrants. Prizes may not be substituted or transferred. For complete rules and/or a list of prize winners, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Game Show Network Rules, P.O. Box 4312, Hollywood, California 90078.
Oh, Mike, you're so wonderful. All right, gang, if you want to register and play the only free live interactive game in the universe, this is the place to do it. I'll give you that number. It is 800-537-GAME, 800-537-GAME. You'll need that number in order to get your 8-digit PIN number, and once you have it, you can play again and again and even again. 800-537-GAME. Touch-tone phones only, if you please. 800-537-GAME. Fun, prizes, and goodies. Now, let's go back to I've Got a Secret with Mr. Gary Moore and a lot of fun.
Brace yourself for the action movie that's nothing less than brilliant. The Professional is an absolute knockout. Explosive and thrilling. I'm dying. Anita. A rhythm nail-biting film. It makes speed look like a slow ride to Grandma's house. From internationally acclaimed action director Luc Besson. The Professional, rated R. At theaters now. Summer only on home video from Sony Wonder. It's The Jungle King. The tale of a king with some royal problems. And when there's trouble in the jungle, it's up to his kind-hearted brother to show him what it means to be a real leader.
I want you all to be happy.
There's romance, adventure, music, and fun the whole family can enjoy again and again. The Jungle King, wherever videos are sold. Now available on home video from Sony Wonder.
All right, now, panel, let's see how quickly you can expose Mr. Auer's secret. We will play the game as before, except, of course, in this case, any money won will go to Mr. Auer's favorite charity. Now, Misha, if you'll tell me your secret, and we will show it at the same time to the folks at home. This I find a little incongruous, but I'll tell you, panel, that it begins with the word I, and it is something that Misha used to be. Let's start the cross-examination with Miss Lorraine Davies.
Is this something that you used to be, Misha, before you became an actress?
No,
It was while you were an actor.
that's right.
Did you make money doing this or being this?
That was a sideline.
It was what kept you eating while you were being an actor.
No.
No, the acting kept you eating.
All right, there's $10 down and $70 to go. Mr. Bill Cullen.
Did the Brooklyn Dodgers help you? The thing that you did, was it comparatively different from acting? Was it far afield from being an actor?
Yes.
Physical effort, was it manual labor on your part?
In a way. Did it require some special ability or skill? Yes. Is it the kind of special ability or skill that the majority of people have to the same degree? No.
Many people have the ability, but not to the degree that Mr. R has or have had. $20 down, $60 to go, Miss Jean.
Mr. Hour, would it help you to know what part of your body
Okay.
was involved in the doing of this thing more than any other part?
The whole thing.
The whole brawny gorgeous thing.
Classified as a hobby, the thing that you did?
No.
It was not a hobby. A vocation such as acting, only possibly singing, something like that?
No.
No.
Well, I think we must say here, Misha, that it could be someone's vocation. It happened to be, in his case, an avocation.
It was. Is there any particular time of day involved in the doing of this thing?
Well, during the daytime, I would say.
You would do it during the daytime. And the place?
And what was the question, Miss Meadows?
The place. Was the place you did it help?
Yes, would help a great deal. $30 down, $50 to go, Mr. Melville Cooper.
The place you did it, Misha, was it in this country? Yes. In Hollywood?
Sorry, I was gone a little while. My grandma was on the phone, so yeah.
And it was something to do with acting.
No, we only said, Mr. Cooper, that he did this at the same time that he was an actor.
Yes. Well, you were a busboy or something like that, was it? Or a waiter? No. A busboy? Dishwasher? No.
The dishwashing calls for a special skill, I suppose it does. I can't do it very well. $40 down, $40 to go, time. But not all over. we have to have a very deep sink in our house. If it's the rain day, it's the last time around at the time.
Were you a cook?
No.
Did you do it in the kitchen?
No.
Did you do it in a house?
No.
In an office building?
No.
In a hotel?
I ended up, all right, $50 down, $30 to go, Mr. Cullen.
The thing that you did, whatever it was, did you do it outside?
Yes.
Did you do it in the air?
Yes.
In the air?
I think that just made everyone else confused.
People were talking. He said he did it in the air. He must have had it right up.
No. Let me help you. It was outside. Huh? I meant in the air as opposed to land or sea or something like that. Yes. Let's say it was close to the sea.
You're being very generous.
Were you by any chance a beachcomber? Not yet. Were you a lifeguard or a?
That is precisely it.
I like how they just hand out the paper money. How Gary Moore just hands out the paper money
Well,
like
it
that.
all happened, and I'll say it very quickly because we're short of time. I was a dramatic director in the Catskills.
Also, he's now in Philadelphia doing a show down there.
Yes, at the Playhouse in the park. I'm doing 20th century there with Taylor Scott, and it's going to be fantastic. But to come back quickly, very quickly, I was a dramatic director in the Catskills at the age of 20. And on the side, they used to save lives out of the lake. So we used to pull it out.
Well, he should thank you ever so much. Thank you. Well, my friends, may we have our next contestant, please? Will the next gentleman come on our stage? Here is the young gentleman.
Excuse me.
Tell us what your name is, please, and where you're from. My name's Charles Siegel, and I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Now, Mr. Siegel, will you remind me of your secret at the same time we will reveal it to the folks at home?
Oh God. Well, I don't know how he was allowed on stage with that secret, but yeah, that should be interesting when he, well, if I say what I want to say, it'll give away the secret, but
With the word I, and it concerns something that Mr. Siegel has. We will start the questioning of Mr. Melvin.
something he has, yeah, that's
Something
about.
you have, Mr. Siegel. Is something you have living?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Any blood relation?
I doubt it. Maybe, but I doubt it. There's no blood relation, no.
No blood relation. Well, is it an animal or something?
Yes.
An animal. Ooh.
Obviously, it's not like, you know, the typical animal.
Go, Miss Lorraine Day.
You have more than one animal?
No, I don't.
Just one. Is this animal an unusual animal?
For some people.
To have as a pet, it is quite unusual.
You have to classify it as a wild animal.
From Africa, an animal like from Africa or found in this country?
Africa was this continent?
Yes.
Okay.
It is not from this country. No, she said continent.
Oh.
All right, is it from South America?
Well, we have to say no, not South America.
Central America?
No.
North America?
There is $20 down and $60 to go, not North America either. Yeah. Oh, yes, I beg your pardon. This is North America. There's 1 minute to go. Panel, we are out of time. I'm sorry. We're going to have to ask the gentleman to reveal his secret. Will you tell us what your secret is? Oh, I've got a live motion picture in my pocket.
I know everybody's just like, what did you just say?
Here it is. I don't know whether...
Bruh.
Yeah, we have it. Well, you didn't have to hand him to me. I was going to
He just gave it to Gary Moore. After he was already scared enough sitting next to him. Well, it's all curled up too. It's like a little baby.
Well, thank you, sir, very much from the makers of there. Thank you very much from the makers of Hard for being with us tonight.
Whoops.
And congratulations for being such a hardy soul.
I threw my water over there. Yeah, don't go near the panel, dude.
Well, my friends, that's all the time we have now for our guests and their secrets. In just a moment, I'll tell you about the famous celebrity who is going to be third degree by our panel next week on our show. But first, I've got a secret for you. Here is an exciting beauty secret of great importance to every woman.
Yep, and you won't get to hear it because, you know, they didn't show. At least now with like what Buzzer's doing, they include those classic commercials, but they make the, yeah, basically the time that like Peter Tomarken is on and talking and stuff like that, that's when they air the regular commercials, like on TV. But they get to keep them like in the, on a Buzzer. However, though, you have to wait till basically everybody else is asleep in order to watch, unless you catch them on YouTube, which there's a good handful of shows that have, you know, commercials, well, or how should I say, that still have, you know, the old commercials with them, if that makes sense. And boy, it is a snowstorm in Buffalo, New York right now. Boy, it's blowing snow all over the place. I'm talking about Sunday Night Football because that's on. Oh boy, ooh! We got hammered with a little bit of snow yesterday, but only a little bit. In fact, the sun basically melted a good chunk of it yesterday, or really all today, not yesterday. Because yesterday was when the snow came, so I mean, hey.
And next week at the same time, our panel will have the pleasure of trying to uncovering the secret which is being kept by Miss Gloria Swan. There will also be other interesting people on hand to challenge our experts with their secrets. Until that time, I'd like to say goodnight to our delightful panel, Mr. Bill Cullen, Miss Jane Meadows, Melville Cooper, Miss Lorraine Day. Until we all meet here next week on I've Got a Secret, this will be Gary Moore saying bye-bye to the whole gang. Very kind of each other. You're watching.
Yay! Okay. Oop, God. Okay, 5960. Here we go. Because I think yes, okay, yeah. There we go. I wasn't crazy. Yeah, so that was I've Got a Secret. Now, the only thing we have left is to tell the truth. as the show goes, at least in the, if you watch the late 60s, early 70s edition of the show, we'll be heading back to November 26th, 1959 for this. Now, I believe, okay, To Tell the Truth was still on the air, at least like in prime time then. Okay, well, I guess in prime time they were around until 1967 when, you know, that got shafted into the daytime, and then they basically switched the whole formula or the whole format for that, which was, it's safe to say, it wasn't well received. We'll just say that. I mean, I personally kind of like it, but by then, you know, the show, I think it kind of ran its course, and it wasn't, you know, it just wasn't the same. I mean, I like refreshing a show every, 5 or 6 years to keep current, like what Wheel of Fortune has done, with, the higher dollar amounts and like the setup with the puzzle board and the wheel and stuff like that, that, I think that's good. But I think just the changes they had made for the final 1968 season, it just wasn't to tell the truth anymore, if that makes sense. They had an audience portion, which I will say, it wasn't, I liked it, if I'm being honest with you. I liked it, but at least I didn't find any problems with it. But, obviously I wasn't the one kind of controlling everything. That was Mark Goodson and Bill Todman for that one. So yeah, November 26, 1959, and To Tell the Truth.
What is your name, please?
I was going to say, is there any sound or what?
What is your name, please? My name is Don Miller. What is your name, please? My name is Don Miller. Two of these people are important. Only one of them is the real Don Miller, and is the only one sworn to tell the truth. And here is our host.
No theme music? Oh.
Thank you very much. Thank you and good evening. As you know by
At
now,
least
this
sound
is
enthusiastic about it,
wherein four presumably smart people try to find out which one of three challenges.
Are they really that smart, though, bud? No, I'm kidding.
Tell the Truth is brought to you each Tuesday night by Jericho, America's #1 time.
Each Tuesday night, I must be missing something then, because on the TV schedule for the 59-60 season, it has it out on Thursday nights. So
My name is Betty Burnett.
My name is Glenn Ford. I can attest that these people are telling nothing but the truth.
sorry, something fell over here, and I'm trying to figure out what it is. I think there's a mouse in here. That's what I think that was.
And of course, they don't have to stick to the truth. Now, panel, in front of you, there is
Yoo-hoo!
an affidavit. If you will please listen, I'll read it. I, Don Miller, am a practicing attorney.
Nope, I guess not.
And the father of 6 children. I was once appointed to a federal post by President Roosevelt. I also spent 8 years of my life as a football coach. During my playing career under Knute Rockne, I was a member of the famous backfield combination known as the Four Horsemen of Notre Dame. I swear that the above statement is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Signed, Don Miller.
The Lifesavers, believe it or not.
Nope, we can't air that because it's not our own commercials. We'll just say that. I guess none of the commercials we air on this. Well, on all of our shows here on RVN are truly our commercials, but because there's some for Game Show Network in there, that'll probably yeah. So that's why we're not going to do that. Coming up though after this show, what we're going to do is that we're going to talk about kind of what the first ever Game Show Network schedule looked like, because safe to say, if they had the same block today mixed in with all of their original shows and stuff, it would just be a godsend. We'll just say that. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, I know I already kind of talked about earlier about how do I want to say it? Yeah, anyway, I'll think about it.
Now,
we'll get back to the show.
To be Don Miller, one of the Four Horsemen of Notre Dame. I remember only the real Don Miller is required to answer your questions truthfully. Each of you will question until you hear this signal. At the end of 4 minutes, you'll be asked to register your vote for the one person who, in your opinion, is the real Don Miller. And we'll start this questioning period with Betty Burnett. Betty?
Number one, since you were afraid of Notre Dame, In what year did George Gibbs play?
Miss Burness, I believe his last year was 1919.
Number 3, what's your answer to that question?
That's correct, 1919.
Number 2, this federal post, President Roosevelt appointed you to. Did you get a verbal appointment to that, or how did you receive word of the appointment?
Verbal.
That was the written to the Wildlife
I beg your pardon?
Reserve.
Wildlife Preserve. Number 3, at the University of Pittsburgh in 1938, there were 3 players in the backfield who all became All-American Fatal 4. Would you name me 2 of those players? Any 2?
I don't think I can answer that question.
Number
Glenn Ford.
I wonder why.
Number 2 was a line composed of a group of men known as the 7 Blocks of Granite. Does that mean anything to you?
No.
No, not, wasn't the 7 Blocks of Granite out there. It was a 40. And what is the name Walter Camp? Number 1, what is the name Walter Camp mean here? What was the name of Walter Camp? No, I asked number 1. Are you directing your question to me, Mr. Ford? Yes. What does the name Walter Camp mean?
It's number 3.
Was an expert who fixed all the All-Americans up until the time he died, and I believe his death was in 1925. Sorry, Len. Ollie?
Well, I don't know anything about football or sports at all. As a matter of fact, the last time I was introduced to Mickey Mantle, I told him I was looking forward to watching him play at the Polo Grounds. And I found out that the Giants play at the Polo Grounds. So I'm not going to get into that at all, but I do have a question.
Oh, really?
I would like to ask all 3 of you, or tell you the case. If a man was driving a car 90 miles an hour and went through a red light in New York City, and a woman stepped out between 2 cars in the middle of the block and was hit by the car, and she sued, could she collect number 1?
Yes, she could.
The hell kind of question was that?
Yes, she could.
Number 3, could she collect?
She could collect. I wonder if they could collect her. Hi, Gardner.
Paula, you trying to get some free legal advice?
Well, the girl is dead, as a matter of fact.
Her case is collect.
Oh, I
Miss
see.
Bergen.
No, but I meant if she was alive.
Or if she were alive, you can collect for her. You better let High get out of there.
Let's just forget the whole thing.
Go ahead.
Number 1, what baseball team did Jim Thorpe play for?
He doesn't know.
Jim Thorpe
Duh.
played in the Southern Association. I don't believe that.
Number 2, do you know the answer to that? What major league team? I
No.
think he was a Boston. Do you know number 3?
New York Giants.
New York Giants.
Time is run along here, ladies and gentlemen. It means we have time for 1 final question from each of you, and we start the final questions with Betty. Betty?
Number 2,
Be
who was the
truthful.
blocking back for Tommy Harmon?
For whom?
Tommy Harmon.
Yeah, it's got to be 3. No way in hell it's 1 or 2.
Number 1 was the width and feet of the football field. The width of the football field, 165 feet.
Ollie?
Number 2, what does contributory negligence mean?
I don't
You
know.
have to be a party to a condition that brings about this situation.
I see, thank you.
Aye. Number 3, do you know the law firm of Layton, Crowley, and Stoldrea?
I'm very well acquainted with them.
That's
this
not.
is a law firm in what city?
No, there isn't this law firm. There's a great firm of the Four Horsemen.
Number
Okay,
1,
now I'm starting to
sorry,
rethink
one
it's
final
number
question,
3.
all we had time for, and it's time now to vote. So without consultation, will you mark your ballot, panel, and select either number
3.
1, number 2, or number 3. May I have your ballot, please? May I point out that for every incorrect vote, there's $250 goes to our team of challenges if they fool the entire
That big
panel of
cash in
total
prime
sales
time.
of $1,000 the gentleman can divide. Now this is Ollie Bergen's ballot. He votes for number 2.
Ding.
High Gardner selected number 3. Betty Furness picked number 3. Glenn
I think we got it right.
Home have had a chance to make up your minds because it's too late to do any changing now. Will the real Don Miller please stand up?
Wow. Okay. That bamboozled, I think, everybody right there. Wow.
Thank you very much, sir. Number two, would you tell us who you really are and what you do? I'm Century Millstead. My work is estate planning with the Connecticut General Life Insurance Company. Thank you, sir. And number three, who are you really? My name is Ed Darby. I am chairman of the board of a company that manufactures kitchen bouquet, cream of rice, and those wonderful canned mushrooms, bean, beef, doner, and butter. Well, for a little post-mortem now, there were exactly 4 incorrect votes worth $250 each, for a total from Geritol of $1,000 for our team of challengers. Gentlemen,
Geritol was still sponsoring game shows at this point. That's kind of crazy, if you ask me. Say each other.
All right, let's have our next team of challengers.
Da 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 da.
What is your name, please?
I am Mrs. Lawrence A. Kenny.
What is your name, please?
I am Mrs. Lawrence A. Kenny.
What is your name, please?
I am Mrs. Lawrence A. Kenny.
Now, would you please listen while I read this affidavit?
No.
I, Mrs. Lawrence A. Kenny, am the mother of 4 children. My hobby is ice skating, and I once, in California, skated in a nationwide competition. At one time, I took a screen test and was offered a contract by a Hollywood studio. The biggest thrill in my life, however, came in Atlantic City when I won the title of Miss America. I swear that the above statement is the truth, the whole truth, and
Nothing but the truth.
Signed, Mrs. Lawrence A. Kenny. Now, we'll get along with our game in just a moment. All right, Cadet.
Yeah, we'll get along with our game just a month, and then cut it. But yeah. Yeah, we'll get started with this game in just a moment. But yeah. Boy, Christmas is going to be, as you can see, I've already got some Christmas decorations up. Every day this week up until Thursday, I'm going to be adding more and more things to make it all Christmassy. So yeah, like tomorrow and Tuesday, I'm filming our Deal or No Deal shows where we play. Well, it starts out at, the games start at $1 million, but they increase by $1 million every single game until we hit $6 million. So there you go. And then we're also going to have a special daytime Deal or No Deal on Christmas Day. So yeah. Now, I think we kind of know what we're doing for Christmas. We're still not 100% though on what we're doing for Christmas. I think my mom's side of the family, we're going to meet Sunday the 22nd, which means we probably won't be calling an NFL game that day, more than likely. And December 25th, that's still up in the air with my dad's side, obviously. But I think the one that we would go to on Christmas Day, I don't know if I'm going to be going over there or not, just because there's been so much tension between my half-sister and my mom that, you know, I think it would just be better if, because, you know, after he died, you know, it was kind of crazy. Because, you know, she was born out of, well, I guess I won't really say much about that, but there's been some ongoing tension going on because she is not my mom's kid in any way. So yeah, so there's a little bit of fraught, you know, there's a lot of tension going on there. So that's why not really sure what we're gonna do for Christmas then. But my plan is that if we're not really doing anything Christmas Day, we'll call 2 NBA games that day instead of doing the NFL on Netflix, which I think is just stupid, to be honest with you. Big Ten finally did punish Okay, $100,000 fine for each team. Okay, there you go. But yeah, so we'll have to see what happens with that. So yeah. All right, back to the game.
Only the real Mrs. Lawrence A. Kenny is required to answer your questions truthfully. Once again, you question until you hear the signal. At the end of 4 minutes, you'll be asked to register your vote. This time, we'll start the game with the high guard. Right?
All right, number one. What is the name of the woman who manages, chaperones, and practically runs the Miss America pageant?
Well, actually, this was 1927. They hadn't reached that level as yet.
Why did you turn down the screen test, number one?
Well, actually, it was a bit of a lark for me, I think.
Number two, do you know the name of the woman who runs practically runs the pageant in Atlantic City?
Lenore Slaughter.
What does Lenore look like, if that is her name?
She's about 5'10", and she has reddish hair.
Is it true she was once a Miss America?
Let's call you off on that one. Betty Furness, please. Betty?
Number 3, what's the name of the skating rink in Central Park? Roman Memorial. And what year was it opened? Oh, about 3 years ago, I think. I'm not quite sure. Number 1, do you know in what year that skating rink was opened? No, I don't. Number 2.
So that means they're frauds, basically.
Sanzioni.
Duh.
How long did they last? Almost a lifetime. Number 1, where do you live? Baltimore, Maryland.
For that answer, we move along to Glenn Ford. Glenn? Number 2, you say you took a screen test?
Yes.
Where did you take it?
She doesn't know where she took it.
In Hollywood.
In Hollywood. Are you nervous?
Very. Just like now.
I believe it. She said she wasn't nervous. I've known she wasn't. Number 1, where did you take your screen test?
None of your damn business.
What studio?
Well, I hate to tell you, the Max Senate.
Number 2, describe the Paramount Studio is on one very famous street, and it's well known to everybody. What is the name of that street?
I don't remember. I went in the cab.
Number 3, do you know the answer to that question?
No, I don't.
Holly Bergen.
Number 3, where did you have your screen test?
I took it at RKO Studio.
At RKO in Hollywood.
Yes.
Where is RKO located?
Oh, I don't recall the street it was on. I remember.
How long ago was that?
That was in 1950.
In 1958. Is that when you were Miss America?
Yes, that's I was Miss American 50.
I see. Number 2, when were you Miss America?
1940.
In 1940. And number 1, you were Miss America in 1927. 27. Ooh, she's so beautiful too, isn't she? Number 1, what were the primary qualifications at that time?
Well, actually, mainly
Have to call it off at this point. We have time just now for one final question from each of you. So, I suppose you have a final question.
Number 2, who is Jean Bartell?
She was in Miss America back in 1940.
She does know.
Betty?
Number 2, the various studios in Hollywood are all over the place. Culver City, Beverly Hills, out in the valley. Was Paramount in Hollywood or in another town adjoining? I can't tell you. I don't remember.
Glenn? Number 1, when you were in Hollywood, what hotel, if you were living at a hotel, what hotel did you live at?
Well, I tell you, I was more or less led by the hand. And 31 years is so long, it's a bit on the hazy side, but it was a real fast sort of thing, you know. And I don't remember where actually I stayed. I don't remember the name of the hotel.
Holly, one final question.
Oh, really?
Number 1, who was elected Miss America this year?
Gosh, mental block, stage fright.
All right, yeah, it's time to vote. Now, no consultation with the panel. Please mark your ballots and select, if you will, either number 1, number 2, or number 3. May I have the ballot, please? First, we have Polly Bergen's ballot. She votes for number 1. Glenn Ford voted for number 1. Betty Furness picked number 3. I Gardner selected number 2.
Oh.
The ballots are cast, none can be changed. And don't you change your minds at home. If you have your minds made up, see how well you did. Will the real Mrs. Lawrence A. Kenny please stand?
Oh! Number 2.
Thank you very much. Now, number 1, would you tell us who you really are, please?
I'm Mrs. Edgar J. Smith of Baltimore, Maryland. I'm a housewife. I have 2 grown sons, and I'm a hopeful songwriter.
Number 3, who are you really?
I'm Mrs. Robert Lane. I'm a housewife, and I have 2 children who live in New York.
It kind of looks like they fooled everybody but high this time. That means there were 1, 2, 3 in
$750.
$750 each, ladies. So that is a gift to you. You got all of $750 to be divided between you. Thank you very much for being with us. Hope you enjoyed it. Good night. Now let's meet our third team of challenges, please.
Oh, God.
What is your name, please? My name is Don Rondo. What is your name, please?
Your
My name is
mom.
Don Rondo. What is your name, please? My name is Don Rondo.
All right, let's hear it.
And now, panel, will you please listen while I read this affidavit? I, Don Rondo, have been a licensed airplane pilot for many years. Until 3 months ago, I was working as a plumber's helper. I've always liked to sing, and a song which I recorded recently has sold almost 1 million records. It goes like this.
Really?
Two different worlds we live in.
Good voice.
For we've been told that a love like ours could never be.
Good voice. That's all I can
The
say.
affidavit continues, I swear that was my voice, and that the above statement is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Signed,
So now we're in a court of law, hmm? I got the gavel right here, so. Yeah. Got peanut M&Ms in my mouth. Which are really good, by the way. So they just went to a commercial break. But, I bet you once they start talking, we'll figure out who the real person is, because... Although, yeah, I bet you without hearing them talk, you probably wouldn't really... At least, like, the first time, and then, you know, you would hear it, but... Yeah. So, our, to celebrate the 30th anniversary, we're going to have a brand new show here on RVN called The Game Show Show. So, yeah, that'll be nice to see. Reboot of a show that aired 2 years ago, I think, roughly. Yeah. So we'll have that, and then yeah, I'll talk about different aspects of game shows. So yeah, which we'll have a whole lot of fun with. I'll tell you that much. But yeah. Oh, I thought we were going to go back to the show, but no, I guess not. You know, I'm kind of surprised that I thought it would be more than $100,000 in terms of fines, but I don't know. Obviously, I'm not the one who decides all that, so here we go.
People all claim to be Don Rondo, popular singer. We will each question again until you hear the signal panel, so this time we start with Polly Bergen. Polly?
Well, I would just like to say it doesn't seem fair that one of you is a plumber and sold 1 million records, and I'm a singer and spent the whole morning fixing my washing machine. Really? That's not fair. Number one, who did you sell these million records for?
Jubilee.
Jubilee.
Jubilee Records.
Who is the head of Jubilee?
Well, I
with Bill Donnell.
No, not number one.
Number two, who do you support for?
Jubilee record.
Who is the head of Jubilee?
Maury Palis is my agent. He handles most of that. I don't know the head of the.
I see.
It's not
who do you
two.
support for?
Dave Perry.
Number three, who works with you?
Get an answer quickly.
Hurry.
Hi, Gardner. Number one, before I talk to you, you look like a plumber who once came up and left the whole place completely flooded. So, before I start, what is a pipeline, number one?
Beg your pardon?
What is a pipeline?
A pipeline?
Yes. Number two, you know what a pipeline is? Pipeline is a line of pipe running down a connection. Number three, what is a pipeline?
You don't know either.
Pipeline. Number one, if you were called, if you were called to repair a leak.
This is going to be interesting.
From the White House cabinet.
Hang on.
What would you suggest they do? Get a plumber? Or check on the some of the people working in the White House?
I think we get a plumber. Betty Burnett.
Number two, what's the fastest commercial airplane flying now?
Roughly 500 miles an hour, approximately 22,000 feet.
What's the name of the fastest plane now flying?
It's the Super 7G or the Super Connie or the DC-7B.
Number three, how long does it take to fly nonstop from New York to Los Angeles?
Approximately 8 hours.
Number one, how long does it take to fly nonstop from Los Angeles to New York?
Well, I think about 9 hours.
Number two, how many hours do you have to solo before you can get a pilot's license?
Well, you have to have 100 hours before you're eligible for a private license.
Glenn?
Number one, were you a flyer during the war?
No.
I was. Did you have to get another license to become a private pilot? Yes, I did. Number two, if I were to say that the altitude record is 55,000 feet, 65,000 feet, or 75,000 feet, which of those would be near correct? I think it's been recently broken, something in the 65,000 foot bracket. I couldn't be positive. Number three, what
Oh, really?
About 65,000 feet. Well, they all know about flying. Polly Berger.
Number three, how many hours do you have to solo before you can make X-turns? How many hours flying do you have to have before you are allowed to make X-turns? Before they teach you X-turns?
Well, you have to have 12 hours of solo flights before you can fly by yourself.
No, but how many for an X-turn? You're not gonna let him answer. You don't want him to tell me.
Oh, okay.
I don't even want to find out. I don't even want to find out what an S-turn is.
It's very important.
Well, it may be, but I didn't get that. You had your chance. There's one final question. You can try again. We have time for one final question for me. I will start with you.
Number three, what record did Dick Merrill break?
Hell if he knows.
I don't know. Number one, do you know?
I'm sorry. Just one final question.
One question for people.
Number two, who made the next best-selling record of your record? Of the two.
I'm not sure.
Of course he did.
Glenn?
Number one, when you cut a record, do they publish it or rather publicize it before or after it's released?
Well, we publicize it ourselves before it's released.
Ollie?
Number one, how many hours do you fly before you're allowed to learn how to make S-turns?
Well, I think it's
What?
A good man could do it in 2 hours. You could have a license in 2 hours, too. It's up to the
All right, that's all we have.
I'd like to see that happen.
Time for you to mark your ballots, ladies and gentlemen. Please do so. And mark them for either number one,
I don't know who's the.
number two.
Although I guess we said number three. Although I really don't know now, obviously.
Yeah, I have the ballot, please.
Oh no.
All right, let's see how we stack up now. This is Polly Bergen's ballot. She votes rather quickly for number two.
I still stand by number three.
Number one.
Oh?
Betty Burnett picks
I'm ready.
But here we go. Will the real Don Rondo please stand up?
I'll get this one right. Yeah! Oh, there goes my gavel. Finally, I got one.
Number one, would you tell us who you really are? My name is Patrick Cook. I'm a sales manager at State Chevrolet in the Bronx, New York. You don't sell S-terms, do you? Number two, who are you really? My name is Jerry Coleman. For the winter, I work for the American Shops clothing store in New Jersey, and in the summer, I play the infield for the New York Yankees. All right, let's find out how we stand. Now, there were in-price votes worth $250 each for total. Three of them, $750 to Jericho for our team with challenges. Before I say good luck, you got a new record, Don? Yes, I do. It's been out 2 weeks. It's called Don't. From Jubilee Records. We'll look for it. Dave Sherry, conductor, Morty Taylor, armman. And nothing but experts involved. Gentlemen, thank you very much for being with us tonight. Good night, good luck, and God bless you. For tonight, so good night, panel. Good night to you all, and until next week, this is Bud Collier reminding you to tell the truth. Good night, everybody.
There we go. So those were the first 4 shows here on the Game Show Network. So there we go, just like that. Before we go here, we still got about 10 minutes left. We're just going to take a look at what the old schedule used to look like for the Game Show Network. Well, when it first got on the air. So weeknights were kind of the night, I guess you could call it, for the Game Show Network, because of course they had the night games going on. At 7 o'clock was Match Game. That was always the one that started it out. Then 7:40 Family Feud, 8:20 Password, 9 o'clock I've Got a Secret, 9:40 To Tell the Truth, 10:20 What's My Line, and then yeah, it kind of went on from there. At 11 was the Newlywed Game, then 11:30 was the Dating Game, and then you got into midnight. Yeah, midnight, it was Tic-Tac-Dough, and then after that, Joker's Wild. And then that's when they had like their overnight slate of shows going on, like their overnight show, the not Club AM. It might have still been called Night Games, I don't know, but yeah, 1:10 it was Now You See It, and then at 1:45 Password, then 2:20 Match Game, like that, and these are all in Eastern Time. Then 3 o'clock you had the Wheel and Jeopardy block. 4 o'clock in the morning, Card Sharks and Tattletales. 5 o'clock, Family Feud, the whole hour. 6 o'clock, Child's Play and Beat the Clock. 7 o'clock, Password and I've Got a Secret. 8 o'clock, To Tell the Truth and What's My Line. 9, Tic-Tac-Toe and Joker's Wild. And then this is where they had the Club AM or whatever it was called. At 10, Now You See It. 10:45, Wheel of Fortune. 11:20, Jeopardy, and 11:55, Password, like that. And then 12:30 was Match Game. 1 o'clock, you had Beat the Clock and Child's Play. 2 o'clock, Newlywed and Dating. 3 o'clock, Family Feud. 4 o'clock, Match Game and Tattletales. 5, Card Sharks Password Plus. And then 6 o'clock, Trivia Trap and Blockbusters. The weekend, it was a little bit different, obviously, because it's the weekend. So we'll start off, yeah, right at 7 in the morning, I think, because it was Password Plus and Blockbusters, and then Trivia Trap, Now You See It. Card Sharks Match Game had to 10 o'clock. You had a full hour of shows now. So at 10 o'clock, Family Feud. 11, Wheel of Fortune. 12 o'clock, Jeopardy. Then at 1 p.m., you had Password and I've Got a Secret. 2 o'clock, To Tell the Truth and What's My Line. 3 o'clock, Family Feud. 4 o'clock, Beat the Clock. 5 o'clock, Child's Play. 6 o'clock, Tattletales. Then 7 o'clock, you had Tic-Tac and Joker's Wild. And then 8 o'clock, you had the weekend special where really it could have been anything. Shows. And then 10 o'clock, Match Game and Tattletales, and then 11, Newlywed Game, and then 12 a.m., so a brand new day, you had the Dating Game, and then 1 o'clock, you had Tic-Tac and Joker. 2 o'clock, Family Feud. 3, Wheel of Fortune. 4 o'clock, Jeopardy. 5 o'clock, Beat the Clock. 6 o'clock, Child's Play, like that. So, yeah, you had a good mix of some real great shows in this lineup, and I'm sure if you know, their lineup was similar to this today, mixed in with all their original shows and stuff like that, you would have ratings gold for GSN right now. But I think something that I would like to see happen is that since GSN only airs their original shows really nowadays, like the only shows they air now that isn't GSN original are like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Deal or No Deal, Match Game, Cash Cab. I think that's about it. Oh, Family Feud, Steve Harvey's Family Feud. You can't forget that. But that's about it. I think personally, instead of rerunning the crap out of your original shows, I think what you should do is that pick game shows that aren't airing on Buzzer, like Match Game, and air them on your network. So like Steve Harvey's Family Feud, for example, I would be okay with that. Or like the same show, but it's hosted by someone different. It's a different host. I would love to see that. Let's see here. Because GSN used to rerun until, not too long ago. Wheel of Fortune in prime time. I like that. They also have, I think, The Chase, the ABC version of The Chase and the ABC version of Card Sharks. They have Press Your Luck with Elizabeth Banks. Like, stuff like that, I think, because it's not what's airing on Buzzer, I think as long as, because if GSN isn't going to rerun those shows, then I think, they need like something like Press Your Luck with Elizabeth Banks, or, some of ABC's shows, in prime time, I don't know if they're still airing it now, but the $100,000 Pyramid, for example, perfect for that. Let's see, let me pull up Buzzer's schedule here, because they basically have the same schedule 5 or 7 days a week now. So, although of course with their Christmas stuff, I know they'll be airing a lot of that. Let's see, schedule. Here we go. But yeah, okay. So like ABC's version, or no, not ABC, CBS's version of Card Sharks in the 80s with Bob Eubanks. They're not airing that now, so you might as well air it on your network. Let's see. Ooh, they're airing the old episodes of Password. I mean, hey. Although, I don't know if it's, let's see, they're airing Concentration with Jack Nars. Let's see. Okay, so Buzzer's airing like the all-new Let's Make a Deal with Monty Hall that aired in the mid-'80s. I'm sure there's probably a good chunk of episodes still from the 70s that they used to run that they could easily put into a five-a-week block. Well, let's just look at some of the other old game shows they put on Game Show Network. Or that used to air on Game Show Network. I mean, yeah, let's see here. Oh my God, are they airing? Oh, okay, sorry. I got, let's see here. Like The Wall, sounding like that's going to be coming to GSN, like they could air that. You could probably do like on a once a week thing, like once a week, the American Bible Challenge. Let's see, you could Baggage, you could although they kind of reran the crap out of that in late night, which you could still do probably. Let's see here. Bingo America, I don't think there's enough shows where you could, unless you combine that with like National Bingo Night, like the precursor to that, go ahead. Like Chain Reaction with Mike Catherwood, that would be a good idea. What they should have done after Chuck Woolery died is reran Naturally Stoned, that kind of documentary show. Or like, say for example, they had rerun a lot of your 0203 shows, like with Whammy, Win Tuition, although that wasn't really well received. I still liked it, and I'm sure a lot of people would like to see it. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, Russian Roulette, Cram, those were, like, a lot of game show fans like those shows, so yeah, might as well. Inquisition, that would be a good one to run, honestly. Like late night with the dark set and stuff, I would love to see that reran. Like that would just be woof, perfect. Let's see, what else could they air? Oh yeah, like the Newlywed Game, like the old Eubank versions. Or you could air Sherry Shepherd's version. I like her, so that's why I like that version of the show. But like Snap Decision, that I love that show, but it was just so short-lived that. But I personally liked Snap Decision. Ew, don't rerun Think Like a Cat. Don't do that. Because that Winsanity, they need to make, even if it's not on GSN, they need to bring back Winsanity. That first format with Donald Faison and Kira Sultanovich, I think that's how you pronounce her name. Yeah, Sultanovich. Because she's not, You Bet Your Life with Jay Leno is not going on, so, you know, she's not busy with that. That would be a great one to bring back. I mean, can you just imagine it in prime time, like on NBC or even like ABC, you know, instead of giving away, you know, like these gift cards and these trips to these locations that only cost like $3,000. Imagine giving like 30 people in the audience a $10,000 trip like that. That would be like $300,000 right there. Because, you know, Donald Faison in the intro was like, we have over $100,000 in cash and prizes to give away. You know, that could be like over $1 million. So, yeah. And that's something we'll talk about in our, like, one of the episodes we're going to have the game show is basically talking about money on game shows and how much you can win. And you could rerun pretty much any one of the pyramid versions of the show, like, because they used to rerun like the 100,000 and the 25,000. You could rerun that with Dick Clark. Don't rerun the Richards version, or else, you know, that, you know, obviously. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Like that. Let's see. Yeah, reruns. Yeah. Let's see. Are they still airing Funny You Should Ask? No. Okay. I think Funny You Should Ask would be a great show to like put on at Game Show Network, because, you know, they only give away $5,000. Wait, are they not making any more episodes of Masterminds or People Puzzler? No way. That's crazy. Because it only says the original programs that they're airing that are like still in production are Switch and Split Second, which I didn't realize already had 3 seasons to its belt, which, you know, it could be me or not, I don't know. That's kind of crazy though, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, like 25 words or less, I forgot to hear that. You know, what they probably should have done while they were airing that and Person, Place, or Thing, they could have reran Pictionary too. I mean, that would have been a good show, I think. Yeah, so the possibilities are endless of what they could. I mean, obviously, they probably won't do any of those things, but let's see. How many episodes does Celebrity Blackjack have? Okay, 19. So you could do like a Saturday night once, like bring back Saturday, like big Saturday night, if you're GSN. Although, like, that wasn't very well received because of how they did it with 20Q and the Money List. Those were great shows, but Saturday nights over the summer, yeah, that wasn't really the best idea. You could probably, honest to God, do it over the winter because, you know, even though it is a Saturday, you know, obviously, yeah, there's people out, but when it's winter and when it's cold outside and snowy, you know, there's not as many people going out then as there is, you know, there would be in the summer. So maybe don't do it like that, but still, either way, yeah, I would like to see that come back to GSN. So yeah, obviously we'll do like a whole a whole episode of the Game Show over the history of, you know, Game Show Network and Buzzer, and, you know, almost like Game Show net channels or like blocks on channels, like the USA Game Show block, which was just so popular. But that was basically Game Show Network before that was a thing. So yeah, yeah, I think that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned now for Would I Lie to You right here on RVN. And thank you all so much. The 30th celebration continues on this channel, because obviously we'll be on the air for a lot, you know, the Game Show. That's kind of, I kind of made that just to celebrate the 30th anniversary Game Show Network. So yeah, we'll kind of, I've already got 5 episodes ideas there. I think I have like 2 more to make it 7. But yeah, we'll see. Thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, stay tuned for Would I Lie to You right here on RVN.